What up, Nurse Gang? What up, TikTok? So, the update I never wanted to truly have to report on. So, we've all been talking about the Carlee Russell case. This is her Instagram, Carlee. Over the last few days, she shocked the nation. And black women all over the country felt empowered. We felt finally pleased that America was caring about black women. Every national news outlet was reporting about Carlee Russell. This is the first time this has ever happened. The hunt was on to find this black girl. But then when she showed up at her house, it got a little greasy. Why did it get a little greasy? Because she just showed up. So then that's when the world got divided. Wait, what's going on? Something is not right here. Okay, we don't want to speak. We want our privacy. Something is going on. What is going on? Well, when you start talking about something, people start DMing you the truth. It looks like 50 people from Hoover have already got fired for leaking what's really going on with this case. And it's trickled into my DM. So you mean to tell me all this was because she was trying to get back at her ex-man? Yeah, that boyfriend that spoke out about her being kidnapped and held and tortured. Yeah, that was her ex-man. And he actually cheated on her with a stripper. And Carlee had it out with the stripper. And to get back at him, yeah, she disappeared herself. And then got afraid when it blew up. This is what Carlee said to the side chick. Itch, please. He told me everything you said about me and you thought I told him to say that. I wasn't even with him. You're delusional AF if you think your little conversation was anything more than convenience and the fact that he used you to get back at me out of anger. You want to talk about I don't compare to you on your worst day? Girl, bye. You're miserable, or at least should be, being a stripper to provide for a child I've heard you've had from multiple people. So not surprised you don't know who your baby daddy is. Mention me or contact my NIGGA again, and you'll see I'm not the one to play with. You don't want you and your whole family touched. You're poor. I'm rich. You're a stripper. I'm a nurse. You're ugly. I'm beautiful. You could never. You're the bottom of the barrel. Someone from the police department just could not watch us all suffer. So they released these details. Here's the update. She's sticking to the story that she was abducted. She says she was lured into the woods by some people who live in the woods, described as a person with orange hair, balding on top, tied her up and drove her around and put her in an 18-wheeler and fed her cheeses for 2 days, and they painted her nails. They kept her on 150 somewhere, and somehow she managed to get away and run through the woods to her neighborhood until she got into her house and then goes into the hospital. Hoover got some Ring doorbell footage from her neighborhood, and it just shows her walking casually until she gets close to her house, and then she starts sprinting and flailing arms and acting a fool. She got caught stealing from work that day, failed out of nursing school, and has been on drugs. She had her friend behind her, and that's who picked her up. She was with her friend all weekend. The police knew she was safe because she unblocked her ex while she was quote-unquote abducted. She planned to disappear and realized it wasn't going to work. What up, Nurse Gang? What up, TikTok? So, the update I never...
What's up, everyone? This is Lions Den with another news and commentary. I'm doing an update of the Carlee Russell investigation. Now, and we knew for a fact that when she walked into her family's home, something isn't right. And this to me is, if this story is true, this comes from a TikTok. If this story is true, then this is another Jussie Smollett situation. And it turns out that it became a Jerry Springer type drama. And this is why the mainstream media, and this is how I feel about this is why the mainstream media has decided or refused to even do black people who were reported missing or abducted because of stuff like this. So Carlee Russell wrote it on Instagram, confronting the stripper, saying things that, and now remind you that this was the ex-boyfriend. This is sort of like the Jerry Springer type thing. So it looks to me she faked her kidnapping to get back at her ex-boyfriend for cheating on her with that same stripper. And basically they're saying that, that it's not a surprise that you don't know who the father is. This is sort of like a Jerry Springer type thing. I report this. A lot of people on YouTube reported this. People from social media, the mainstream media, has reported her being missing. Were very concerned of her safety, her whereabouts. And if this is true, this is another Jussie Smollett, and obviously she need to be charged. She need to be charged being for fake kidnapping. But that's mainly the reason why the families of Carlee Russell decided not to say anything to the press, didn't say anything, because remember they said we couldn't say anything because it's still under investigation. This is wild. This is wild, and this is mainly the reason why she's been found that easily. And you put two and two together, this is mainly the reason why she's been found, or just allegedly walking up her family's, doorstep. And what really blows my mind is I think she planned to do a fake kidnapping, everything else, but then they don't want to embarrass they don't want to embarrass the family and the public. So the Hoover Police Department just stick to the story. Well, this happened. And what's so funny is he had an orange hair. I was like, wow, really? With ATV? Wow. But then we all reported, let's just say, like in the movie Beverly Hills Cop, when Eddie Murphy said, we fell for the banana in the tailpipe. That's exactly what it is, if that is true. Because if it's because of an ex-man, it shows a lot. And then the reality is that she dropped out of medical school, fell on drugs. Wow. Again, like, reportedly, this is like a hoax in a way. It was a fake kidnapping. But the people like me who's, care about her whereabouts, or people in the mainstream media that try to locate her, find out that she's okay, and the reality is that if this is true, this is mainly the reason why the mainstream media ain't taking us seriously when it comes to put a missing persons report, especially here in the Black community, putting a missing persons report out there. Because they gonna say, well, we don't want another Jussie Smollett, so we're not gonna take a lot of stuff, what a person says seriously when it comes to people being missing. And there's a website, it's called Black and Missing, that real black people in the community are really missing or disappeared. And they try so hard to find them. But in the mainstream media part, they're not taking that seriously. And if this is true, this is mainly the reason why. Y'all let me know what you think about this in the comments, and I'll talk to you in my next video. This is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.